Welcome back to 500 Days Strive to Survive. We are on day 69. So, I dragged a ton of stuff to this location. A bunch of saplings, bunch of hides, guts, all that stuff. And I think I've decided, might be foolish, I don't actually want to take all that much back to Lower Great Bear. I think I'm going to leave a lot. I can explain that decision as we get moving, but I do want to sort of get things rolling a little bit. We'll stay here tonight because it's cold out, but it's so creepy. But I want to leave most of this stuff here. I want to take the battery, I want to take the salt, and I want to take the bear hide. Everything else I can take later. Maybe I'll take this too. So let's start emptying things out, and I'll explain this as we go. Actually, we can just drop... Well, that's going to be a whole pain. I want these in my inventory. This, I guess I'll eventually haul it, but I don't know if I want to haul it right now. All this stuff can stay. Okay. Let's take these things. These torches really don't matter. I don't need them at all. Okay, so here's the rationale. I was going to bring everything back because Mystery Lake is my main base and will continue to be my main base. But I do need to come back here once I'm done activating all of the signal void towers and checking out all the bunkers. And I'm a little bit concerned with the tunnels and with on the far branch line. Let's take some of these. Let's take like 5. And with the landslide in the far branch line, I think the travois is going to be a pain to take through those areas. Also, the travois is in pretty bad shape, and by the time we get back, it'll probably be almost broken. So, I don't want to break that. I'm going to need it in Forlorn Muskeg. So I think I'm going to leave a lot of this stuff here. We have to come back anyway. We can haul it back eventually when we're not also hauling salt and a battery. Those are the real heavy things. That's what we really need to worry about. Okay, let's drop these right here. That's like 2% frozen. Are you freezing right now? Or do you actually do you get wet in the travois? That's interesting. Okay, well yeah, it's not getting frozen right now. It is thawing out. Okay, let's put the extra clothes in here. This is a risky move. It could decay in here. All right, let's not do that. Let's drop it over here. Let's drop the combat pants and the thermals. No? Okay. Is there somewhere where this might make sense? Maybe over here? Okay, good enough. A lot of starch on these. Okay. Let's see what else we can drop. That's all the clothing. We're going to take most of this food. We'll leave some oil here. And I guess we can leave some salt here too. We do want this to be our hub, so it's not terrible to leave all this stuff here, because we are going to come back. And we'll try to bring a vice grip so we can make a crafting table once we're here as well. And that way we can actually build things here. We already have some meat in here. We're going to take the rest of this food. I'll leave the fat, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it because it's going to rot anyway. We're going to keep this water. We have enough already here. What else? We're going to take these. Just want to make sure these are both empty. I think they are now. Yep. Hey, what do we want to leave here? We can leave some torches. We don't need all of these torches. So let's just drop these right here. We're going to organize all this stuff later on. It's not that important to me right now to organize this. So right now the goal is just to get back to Lower Great Bear. Okay, there's some torches. We want these, and we want these. We'd love more of these, actually. Let's see. Okay, I think we're pretty good on tools. We want a bunch of the scrap metal. We want 3 for the cougar knife, although we can get more scrap metal down in Lower Great Bear. I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunities for it, so maybe let's leave a bunch of the scrap metal here. Maybe we'll take a little bit with us. I don't know. Let's see. And we want a couple for arrowheads. Let's leave 8. That's okay. And let's leave secured leather. Okay, so why am I so heavy? I have a bunch of sticks. The bear coat, of course, is heavy. Water. Books. I have 5 coal. Let me leave 1 book here. Okay. And let me leave... I'm going to take all the coal. Oh, I'll leave the pry bar. I don't need that. I have plenty more back at Mystery Lake. At least I think I do. See? I guess I can drop some of these. This is a mess. We'll worry about it later. Let's drop some of these. There's a ton of scrap metal at Broken Railroad. We don't have to take this with us. Let's just get rid of it. Okay. What else? That water we'll drink on the way. We'll eat some of this food on the way. I guess we can leave this here. It's pretty heavy, and it's not all that important. I want to bring this back home as a collection piece. Okay, I think the rest of this is fine. So ideally what we would be able to do is pick up the bear hide. We do want to take that. And weird light level stuff happening lately. We want to be able to take up the bear hide, the salt, and the car battery. That might not be possible while still moving. Oh, we can still move. Okay. I kind of think that once we pick up the bear hide, we won't be able to. I'm going to simulate the bear hide with 3 of these. We still can. Okay, so that's fine. Let's drop those. Okay. And what else is in here? Just drop them. We gotta be able to pick up the travois as well. 45%. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, but we can still move at this weight, and that's what matters. Let's drop this, and let's drop the salt. Okay. So now, when we drop the travois, we'll only need to move these 2 things, and the bear hide, I guess, too. And maybe we'll lighten our load by putting a bunch of our other stuff in, but the point is, we'll be able to carry everything in one trip, so we won't need to be backtracking and moving things in and out of the travois, in and out of the travois over and over again. We can just pick up whatever we need, walk to where we need to go, drop the travois, load it back up, and move on. Okay, great. Cool, so now, I think, since it's still early, we need a place to put the bedroll. There's no bed in here, so maybe I'll turn this into a little bedroom at some point. Let's just warm up real quick. Great. And now let's, I guess, go out and explore a little bit. There shouldn't be any predators here. I'm not worried about that. A lot of weird little creaky noises. So let's talk a little bit about mid-term goals. So I have some long-term goals, of course. Faithful Cartographer, 500 days, some other stuff. But I also have some midterm goals. So right now I'm going to go back to Lower Great Bear. And then, once we're done doing whatever it is we're doing down there, all the Signal Void stuff, we're going to prepare to spend some serious time in the Far Territory. Because then we need to come back, finish Signal Void, and do the other 2 tails. Sounds like an Aurora's coming. And when we do those other 2 tails, that involves going to Zone of Contamination. And just going to map this. And Sundered Pass. And Sundered Pass is extremely dangerous. And so I really want to have a ton of warmth, or maybe a ton of protection. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll even want to get the ballistic vest. I don't really know. I'll need to think about that. And I'll want to have a lot of arrows, because there's a ton of Timberwolves there. I mean, the plan is to not fight them, but sometimes you have to fight them. And so I really want to go in there with a lot of arrows, like a silly amount of arrows. My impression is that whatever you think would be overkill, you want way more than that. So, while I'm in Lower Great Bear, I'm going to prepare to come back up here. And that doesn't mean I need to necessarily bring everything and be totally prepared, but I at least need to be prepared to get everything that I need. Right? So then we'll take care of that stuff. How's my rabbit skin hat doing? That's pretty good. And then we'll come back here and do the other tails. After that, we'll go back to I guess I can talk to Sutherland. Sutherland? Yeah. If it is an Aurora. After that, we'll go back to Lower Great Bear, and then my goal is to make a bunch of the woodcrafting stuff. Like, I want a bear bed. And I want to start actually organizing my bases in an aesthetically pleasing way for myself. Hopefully you'll like it too, but I want to have a base that Oh. Okay. There's a glitch where everything in here turns black. And I thought that's what was happening for a second. I was a little bit worried because that glitch appears to be permanent. I don't know, it looks pretty close. That's all I can do? Okay. Yeah, that's not looking great. Yeah, it's specifically here at Transfer Pass, so that might be what's happening. Let's see if we can test it by just improving the light levels. Okay, alright. No, I think it's just weird lighting. Okay, good. These guys are so happy. It's weird that you can't talk to Sutherland at all. This is so strange. Oh, and it actually blocks my movement, too. Okay, let's maybe go back out. I'm just not tired, and I want to be tired. Is there anything I can craft? I can craft some of these. I really want to travel during the warmest time of day tomorrow, because I don't want to be losing a ton of health to weather. Especially if a blizzard kicks in, it's so easy to die. Okay, I think that just goes to either Zone of Contamination or Sundered Pass. I'm going to run a little bit, because that'll make me tired. Let's see what it is. Let's see what's this way. I really like the Aurora. It's kind of, there's like something supernatural going on with it. By that I mean like the way it affects animals and stuff. And also some of the Signal Void stuff, I think, is a kind of hint that something's going on. Okay, so which region is this? There is a cave system that connects Sundered Pass, Zone of Contamination, and Forsaken Airfield. But the other way that you can go through them. Immutable hesitation, okay, is through Transfer Pass. Transfer Pass connects all of them. So that's our hub, and that's why I prefer having all this stuff here than at Forsaken Airfield. Although Forsaken Airfield has a forge, which is one reason to leave things there. Okay, so this is Zone of Contamination. This is where we'll come next, after Forsaken Airfield. But we'll probably get there through the cave, so we don't have to come all the way back to Transfer Pass. Okay. I would... Nope, that's just wood. I would map this, but I'm already at half health, and I would like to be close to full health in the morning. So I'm not going to just stand out here and freeze right now. Okay, so we just learned something. Yeah, hypothermia risk. If you get hypothermia, you can die real fast, but it takes some time to go from hypothermia risk to hypothermia. One thing you really have to keep in mind with hypothermia is often people think that if they're warm, they're not getting hypothermia, but that's not true. You can get hypothermia risk once you're out of temperature, but then you can drink tea or something, and that'll heat you up, but it won't prevent hypothermia risk from accumulating. Okay, did I open all these trunks? Yeah, it looks like I did. Except for that one, but maybe that one is not openable? No, it's openable. Okay. Alright, let's go inside. Warm up a bit. Yeah, it's looking so weird in here. Okay, so... the travois. To repair this, I believe we need a deer hide and a gut, and we don't have a deer hide, so hopefully the travois will make it all the way home. I don't think we have a deer hide at Broken Railroad either. We might go all the way to Camp Office and just sort some things out and then head over to Bleak Inlet. I think that's probably what we'll do. Okay, well, I want to be more tired than this, so I'm just going to pass some time. I have a sprain risk, so that's a good indication that I'm below a quarter fatigue. Yep. But I want to make sure I get 10 hours of sleep. I'm going to pass a little more time. It's going to be a long journey, but it'll be warm. Well, it'll be as warm as it's going to get. I have a small one. That's relatively small. Some water. Looks like we'll take maybe 1 more liter on our way out. And let's sleep for 10 hours, hopefully. We'll wake up midday. That's all right. So thanks as always for joining me, by the way. I really enjoy making this content. I really like playing the Long Dark too. And it is keeping me motivated to keep going. I mean, normally I get bored around day 120 or something, so who knows, that'll be the real test. But I don't think motivation is going to be a problem. I think this is keeping me moving. I don't really want to take much of this stuff. I also want to see if I have... What do I have at Broken Railroad? I have a little bit of food, some fuses, some wires, a battery, matches, skill book. Okay, so I'm not sure if I have guts. Maybe I'll take guts and a maple sapling. I don't know, I just don't think I need it. I'll take some birch saplings. That'll be good. Because that will let me make some arrow shafts once I get to Broken Railroad, because there's a forge there. Take 1 more coal. Okay. Sounds like the weather's not great. Yeah, it's not. Let's load up the travois. Okay. Salt. Eventually make the curing box. I want to do that in Mystery Lake. And then let's throw these things in here too, just to make us a little bit lighter. What else? Okay. So we should move pretty quickly now. But we need to wait a little bit longer because we're real cold already. Real cold already. And did we put the bedroll in there? Yeah, okay. So let's just pass a little bit of time. Looks like the weather's getting worse. Alright, I think we're just gonna go. That wise? Probably unwise. Okay, let's go and at least get to the cave. Right, there's a cave up there, we can chill out there. And that'll keep us nice and warm. I hope I didn't forget anything important, but I guess we'll see. Oh, just, you can hear the travois just being destroyed. I'll have to stop and check in on it periodically, because that could be a real problem. Okay, so right now we're just going to go over to the cave near the entrance to this zone. We'll warm up again. We'll be a little bit closer to where we want to be. Okay. Going to go past some ptarmigan and rabbits up there. I think there were some saplings up there that we already cut down. Probably. But there can be maple up by the cave. I think there was some birch or maple over there too. So eventually I want to make the bear bed. I've heard that the bear bed actually has the highest rate of HP restoration for sleeping. More so than the special bed in Trappers. So that's cool, I want that. I wonder what the rate is like on the other beds that you can make, because there's a bunch of different beds you can make, not just the bear bed. So I wonder if they all have enhanced rest, or if, you know what, I think maybe I'm going to leave the travois, like, here-ish, to spare it the trip to and from the cave. Cave's over there, right? Yeah. So I'm just going to leave the travois here. I'm going to take bedroll, these, and these. And then we're just going to sprint over here, warm up a little bit. Ugh. Just terrible. Let's get in here. Feeling that time pressure. Yeah, there was a maple there. Okay, but we're a little closer to our destination. Wait for this weather to turn a little bit. Feedwater Cave. Did I map this area? That this? I think that's... yeah, that's this. Alright, let's just wait. Can I repair my bedroll? At 77%. I don't need to right now. It looks a little janky. That's okay. Let's just pass some time. Okay. Pick it back up. Oh, we didn't take water. We're gonna need to get some later. Alright, let's see what the temperature is like, what the weather conditions are like. Okay, it looks a little softer out. Let's move. Let's get moving. And let's put these things in here to be a little bit lighter, and let's go. I think we can just walk down this way. I sure hope we can. Yeah, it's a little less cold. 2 chevrons down instead of 3. That's pretty good. It's going to get way colder soon, but I should be reaching a cave by around the time I'm freezing. I do have coal, so if I just find an area where I can make a fire, protect it from the wind, it'll be fine. Okay, let's go down here. I half expected it to try to stop me from moving the travois, because it does that sometimes. Sometimes it be like that. Can I go through here with the travois? Yep, you can. Okay. Just learned something. I also want to have my bow out. What are we looking at? 40%? Oh, I don't know if this is going to make the trip. It's already decayed 5%. This could be a real problem. I'd love to be on the snow instead of on the tracks. But a lot of this journey is going to be on tracks. So I guess we'll see. Okay, so we have a pretty quick way to get through the far branch line now. Probably going to need to pick up the travois. Okay. Can I actually take the travois through here? If I can't, it's not a big deal, because I'm not carrying that much anymore. Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah, pretty dark and pretty abrasive. And these tunnels aren't warm. I don't really know why caves are super warm. But these are cold. That wind is terrifying. Really don't want to break the travois. Let's just see how it's doing. 38. Okay, it's not too bad. But it's pretty bad. Okay, at least you're pretty much protected from the wind wherever you are in here. So maybe I'll stop for a minute. Not quite yet, because there's some more tunnel ahead of us. But when I start getting real cold, I will make a fire. And just warm back up. Probably use 1 coal. I'm not too concerned for coal right now, especially because we're about to be back at Lower Great Bear. So long as we're careful about not traveling in a blizzard, we should be okay. Okay, so let's hold on for a second. Alright, what's my temperature? Oh, it feels like 8. I'll just use sticks. Let's light a fire, though. We'll make a little bit of water as well. Oh, I can't light a fire here? For real? So I just wasted that match for nothing? What about over here? I gotta be able to light a fire somewhere in here, right? Only on snow. Okay. Let's just use some sticks. That'll be fine. I can't wait for level 5 fire starting. I've only ever actually had it once, and that was when I was grinding out the fire starting achievement. So I just chained fires together and it would crash my game really hard. Let's see, how cold am I now? Still 8. Okay, so let's just add some sticks. That'll warm us up just fine. Let's... I think the pot and skillet are in the travois. Right, weight in the travois reduces your speed less than weight in your inventory, so that's why I'm keeping those things in there. But let's just do water. 1 liter. Water. 1 liter. And let's just wait it out. Okay. Still pretty cold. Don't love being this cold. Let's throw some coal on. We have more in the travois. I wish we had done that ahead of time, but oh well. Let's make a little bit more water. And then by the time we're done with that, we should be really warm. And let's grab a little bit of food. Okay. That bear meat. And now let's drink some water. Gonna have more water than we need. Well, not really. Never really have too much water. Okay, let's wait it out, and now we're good. Take it, take it. I don't really care about these. Just took it out of habit. Let's load this back up and keep moving, and try to get as far as we can. Let's load up some water, and let's load these up, and let's just go. Keep going. I wanted those quality tools too. I only have regular tools over at Camp Office, but quality tools make crafting arrows and some other things way faster, so I highly value that, especially because I'm going to want to make some simple arrows while we're over there. I don't really like having only 8, and especially if we're going to Sundered Pass. I want arrows before we fight the cougar too. Somebody commented on one of the videos recently saying that they recommended having at least 10 arrows for the cougar. And yeah, that's the plan. I mean, I suspect it'll take less than that, but it might not. It could take 10, I guess. Plus, if I miss, right? Then that's a whole nother situation. And I miss sometimes, so I think at least, you know, a dozen or something would be good. Okay. We're going to be at another cave soon. We'll stop and warm up there and be upset about our travois condition. I think the last episode I called Destroying My Travois, and I didn't actually break it in that episode, but I did a number on it, and this might be it. This might be it for the travois. We'll see. Hey, Bun. I feel like they're less skittish since the reset. I've just walked right up to rabbits many times, whereas in the past that wasn't really a thing. So we're just gonna go up to this cave and warm up there. We might even sleep there. Let me make sure my bow is out. Yeah, it wasn't. 32. I don't know. I don't think this thing's going to make it all the way to Forlorn Muskeg. I just don't. I mean, really, it needs to make it to Camp Office. That's where I have deer hide. But I can't really stop and hunt a deer in... Well, I could. I could kill a deer immediately in Broken Railroad and just explore Broken Railroad for a little bit and then repair the travois. Could do that. Assuming it makes it that far. So maybe I'll do that. There is some stuff in Broken Railroad I'd like to check out. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to take the bedroll, pot, skillet, meat, and I'll leave the rest of this stuff here. That'll spare me a little bit of durability. Collect some sticks. Just a couple, I guess. And head into this cave, warm up a little bit. Probably stay here tonight. It's about to be way too cold, and I don't want to be losing a ton of health. Oh, we have a lot of water here. I forgot about this. Okay. Well, we're good. Now, did I map this area? Looks like maybe I didn't. Do that now. Yep, I did. Okay. Just gotta zoom in a little bit for the cave to actually show up. So the plan is to go through the far branch line. Oh, can I not go to the world map? Yeah, it looks like I can't. Okay. Oh, I can. I can't go to the lower bear map. I go down here into Broken Railroad. Hopefully the travois lasts that long, and then maybe I'll spend a little bit in Broken Railroad. I'll find a deer carcass or kill a deer, start curing its hide, and then explore the area. I think that's the plan. This travois is not going to make it to camp office. Let's just pass some time, I think. I don't think there's really anything else I need to be doing. Let's check my clothing. Alright. Yeah, it's all pretty good. Yep, still not ready to repair that. Yeah, don't need any of that stuff. Okay, I think I'm just gonna pass time. I hate passing time doing nothing, but there's nothing for me to be doing, so. Good. So, if I went out in this, it would have been very bad. I think using a travois in a blizzard might decay it faster, but I'm not really sure. Not positive of that. Okay, let's eat some food, drink some water, and go to bed. And hopefully this blizzard will be past in the morning, and we'll be good to go. We're running a little low on food, too. Well, we have a bunch of those crackers, so that should be fine. Okay. Yeah, we'll stay warm all night. That's a leap of faith. I don't think we're gonna die. We could, I guess. But I think we'll be fine. Yeah, it's 4 degrees, and this gives me 6.1, right? This thing is so good. Okay. It's gonna be cold out there. Be real cold out there. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we just wait just a little bit. It's gonna feel like... Yeah, there we go. Now we're on the positive side of 0. That's a little bit of time. I want it to be a little bit warmer. Okay, we'll pick up one more water too. Doesn't sound great. Sounds like it could be getting bad again already. Let me take one more. Let's take a look. It might just be windy, which is bad. Alright, well, we have a lot of health. Let's give it a shot. We load up the bedroll? Good. So this is a pretty cold part of the journey, though. Let's wait just a little longer. We're already a quarter of the way down. That's not great. Let's just see if it gets better or worse. It's probably not going to stay exactly the same. So, I'd like to know if it gets better. We don't really have the tea situation to be staying warm for this whole trip either. Now again, the return trip is a little bit faster because we can just go right over the landslide. If we're not freezing our butts off, I'll also show you how to go back up it. Okay, let's just wait a little while. Doesn't sound better. Doesn't sound better at all. It'll at least be a warmer part of day, right? It's getting warmer. Still very windy. Okay. Need to eat something. Let's eat this. Oh, it's still so windy. Okay. Well, not going to get much warmer than this. So let's give it a go. We're already all loaded up in the travois, at least. Okay, we got 2 chevrons. Once we step out into the wind, it's probably going to be 3. Yep, sure is. We'll try to stay out of the wind. do our best. Any more food in here? We got the broth. Okay. 28%. Oh, man. It's not great. I don't think leaving it out damages it. But maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know when it breaks either. I don't know if you have to go all the way to 0 or if it starts breaking when it's at, you know, like 7 or something, but I suspect we're gonna find out. These girders, or whatever they're called, are... Oh, come on, man. Are, giving me some wind protection really intermittently. See, it keeps popping up on the bottom. 3-2, 3-2. Okay, this should be a bit better. We're on snow, so hopefully it won't degrade as quickly. I know this episode is just me being scared about the travois breaking, but if it breaks, we're going to be moving real slow, and nobody wants that. Okay. I might have to take everything out of the travois to do this part. I think I probably do. I think I'm going to have to crouch through. Oh, no, you can walk right through. That's pretty cool. Alright. Try to get on the other side of these tracks into the wind protection. Not doing too bad. We're not going to get too cold. Landslides right here. Okay. We're not going to get too cold. So there's a cave just to the left of the landslide. I'm actually considering going in there just to warm up. It's right over here, I think. Stop for a second? Yeah, it's right over there. Let me pop in there and just warm up for a second. And then we'll continue the journey. 25%. Oh no, it's a ticking time bomb. I hate it. Okay, let's just pop in here real quick. We'll warm up. Great. And let's pop back out. Sounds like it's getting worse out there, but we don't have far to go now. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But we don't have far to go. It's going to be pretty slow going, though, because we're going to have to carry everything over the landslide, I think. I don't think we're going to be able to take the travois over the landslide. So let's see if we can take it up this this log. That'd be great. Oh, it looks like we can. I don't think we're going to be able to go all the way. Nope. Okay, we're stuck here. Okay. Let's move all. Pick up the travois. And keep going. I'm at a weird angle here. This is not the best time to be moving at this speed. We can start a fire with some coal if we need to. But we don't have far to go before we have shelter. Okay, so this is the landslide. I'm not going to show you here how to goat up it because I'm moving so slow and I want to get out of this blizzard. But you can goat up this from the other side. Right now I'm just going to goat down it as fast as I can and load that travois back up. Look at that tree. That's terrifying. I think I've talked about it before, but a year or two ago I had a tree get knocked over by wind and land on me. And it was a bad time. I felt very unlucky and very lucky, because it could have absolutely killed me, but it didn't. This tree bending like this, very unnerving. Do not love it. Not a fan. Okay, let's just go right down here. So the way you go up this is over there, and you have to basically crouch walk up and jam yourself into the corner, and then you can get up and over this. We're not going to do that right now. We just need to get to shelter. And I think we're probably clear on the travois now. I'm gonna deploy it. Load it up. Especially with the battery. Salt. These guys. Bedroll. This. That. All these sticks. Good enough. Let's go. Yeah, now we're moving again. We're going to stop in here real quick and look for some loot. We'll almost certainly find a pry bar. Yep, there's a pry bar. A rope. Don't really care about either of those things. Yep, don't care. I can get them on my way back, because on the way back, next time, I will goat up, because it'll be faster. The only reason I didn't goat up this time was because I wanted to show you the other path through the cave, the intended path. Okay, we're almost there. Sounds like there's some ptarmigan up here. There shouldn't be predators up here. There can be below the bridge. I think there's usually a wolf. Sometimes there's deer down there. Usually rabbits. There's another pry bar. There's almost always a I've never not seen a pry bar in this tunnel and in that train. There's usually both. And there's usually a pry bar on the other side of this door as well that we're about to go through. Well, that lighting effect is really weird. Okay. And I just drag this straight through. Nope. Okay, let's drop it. 22%. Oh, man. Move all. Let's just walk in, and hopefully we can drop the travois again once we're inside. We'll be warm in here. Okay. Can I just drop the travois again? I can't. So we're going to have to move kind of slow through here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the battery. Where's the battery? Drop that. And I'm going to leapfrog it. And that'll be a little bit faster. And that'll also let me have a light out. So that we can all see what's going on in here together. It's a little bit faster. I actually think it's considerably faster. It's tedious. It's a pain. Also does save the travois a little bit. We're not going to do this all the way through Broken Railroad and Forlorn Muskeg, though. That'd be ridiculous. Okay. I don't think there's anything important in here. Right? Maybe we just do a double check. See if there's any wires or anything that we missed. Doesn't look like it. Nah, I think we got pretty much everything in here. Just some wood that we could break down. Alright, let's keep moving. What time of day is it? Oh, oops, I hit tab. You hit tab, it'll cancel this. See, look, here's tab, and it just drops it right back where it was. So, if you're moving things a long distance, you gotta remember that. I often hit tab to check the time of day. And if you're carrying something long distance, that's a problem. There have been some weird glitches and issues with the lantern recently, in my experience. It seems like the lantern has frame rate issues, and I've seen some GIFs of the lantern just going absolutely wild, just swinging all over the place. But I haven't had that happen to me. It's very strange the moment you go through this door, you're freezing again. Alright, let's just put this on the other side. Then we need to eat something. Okay, let's go back in here. Alright, what are we doing? Let's eat... I'd rather save this broth for recipes. So I guess it's time to eat this. And we'll also eat some of these cattails too. We have some emergency food, I think, over at Broken Railroad. So once we're there, we should be in okay shape. And like I said, we'll kill a deer, like, pretty much immediately. Or at least that's the goal. Eat wolf if we have to. There's usually plenty of wolves over there. Okay, so the question is, do I really want to go through all this now? Yeah, I think I do, because I don't have the calories to really stay here overnight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink some water. And I'm going to load up the travois, and then I'll warm up, and then we'll go. Battery, bedroll, thermos, tools, these guys, sticks, coal. Let's take a couple sticks. What else do we got? The salt. And we'll leave some water. Okay. Should be pretty fast now. Let's warm up. We'll just wait a minute. I wish it was telling us how warm we were. Okay, we're totally warm. Drink some water. It's gonna be cold when we get the broken railroad. But we'll get there. The question is if this is gonna last. Might not. We're not that far away, but this might not last. The lighting effects are so strange. Is that just me? Or do you all experience that too? Like, I don't know. I don't know if maybe, you know, I got a new monitor a while back, and sometimes it's a smart TV, and I don't like smart TVs very much. I mean, it's great in a lot of ways, but it makes decisions, and I don't really want my TV making decisions about, you know, HDR and things like this. Come on, I know I gotta be able to get through. Alright, let's just do it again. But at least it's only one journey. 21%. I don't know if we'll be able to get through here either. Guess we're about to find out. Okay. Oh, that was just random coal that was on the ground that I didn't notice. Alright, let's see if we can do it. Come on. Alright, we're gonna have to go through here slow. At least it'll spare part of the travois. Right, this was the trick. It still seems like a huge pain, and I'm moving super slow, but at least I don't have to go back and forth and back and forth. I can just do it in one trip. Right, we'll just put the travois back down once we need it. We're going to lose some health, which isn't that big of a deal, except that there are going to be wolves in Broken Railroad. But in that case, maybe I'll just drop everything, and then pick up the travois, use a torch to fend off the wolves, and then come back for all the heavy stuff once I'm healed up and warm. I think that's probably what will end up happening if we encounter a wolf. We'll just drop the travois and start a fire. Come back for it later. Yeah, it's so weird the lights flash like this. Like, I don't think that's supposed to look like that. It's kind of cool. I actually kind of like it, but I don't think that's what's supposed to be happening. Okay. I assume I can't start a fire in here. Oh, I can start a fire right here. Let's do that, just to warm up a little bit. Again, I don't want to be losing a ton of health here. I know health is a resource, but there are often wolves in front of the maintenance yard where we're going, and I really don't need them to be killing me while I carry all this heavy stuff. Not something I need in my life. So this is kind of neither here nor there, but I'm going to be playing some other games on the channel soon. I have a few games I'm very excited to play. You know what? Let's maybe... Nah, I need to stay here and get warm. So there's a few games I'm looking forward to playing very soon. Patch 8 for Baldur's Gate 3 just released, so I'm going to play that. I'm going to do all new subclasses, a party of all new subclasses. I am going to play a game called Outward. You might know about it. It's a survival game, but it's also kind of a fantasy RPG game. I haven't played it yet, but I'm excited to play that. And so I'm going to play that on the channel. I figure it's still survival, so maybe some of you might be interested. And maybe not, I don't know, but check it out if you are. I'm going to play Dawnsbury Days. They just released a DLC. It's a little CRPG, very simple stuff, based on Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which is a tabletop role-playing game. And so I'm going to do that. It's really well done. It's simple, but it's really well done. It's fully voice acted, and there's a bunch of different combat encounters and social encounters, and they just released the DLC, so I'm going to play that. And I'm going to play Hellblade, and part of the reason why I'm interested in playing Hellblade is that it deals with certain symptoms associated with some versions of what we know as schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is kind of a complicated concept. And it is very much in my area of specialization. My master's was on the phenomenological experience, the first-person experience of certain schizophrenia symptoms, including the ones that are thematized in the game. So I'm excited to play that game because it kind of plays into some of my philosophical interests in a very straightforward way. So I'm excited for that. Okay, let's grab a torch, and let's walk a little bit. I don't know. We're moving pretty slow, but I kind of want to spare my travois. So yeah, I'll say more about it when I play that. But for anyone who doesn't know the game, it's a really cool game anyway, like independently of that stuff, but it was made in consultation with a bunch of experts in psychology and psychiatry. And so I expect it to be a pretty sensitive and well-informed take on some experiences that are very real for some people and that can be quite disturbing. But what's, I think, interesting is that it's a way for people who don't experience those types of symptoms, primarily auditory verbal hallucination. It's a way for people who don't experience that to maybe understand it a little bit better, hopefully in a destigmatizing way. And there's all sorts of stuff to say about what is often known as empathy in these contexts, which I am also an expert on, that I'll get more into in the game. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, I plan on playing that very soon. It's a relatively short game too, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to do it in one shot, maybe two, but we'll see. Okay, let's load up the travois, so I don't want to get too cold. I kind of forgot the entire point of what I was doing. So let's load up the travois. We'll go by weight. This, these, that, these. Now let's go. I really hope the travois makes it to Broken Railroad. If it does, then I think we're good. If it doesn't, well, I think we have a lot of maple back home. But carrying those batteries is going to be a pain. Are you kidding me about this, though? I might need to unload it again. Yeah, I sure do. It's silly. Alright, we're just going to grab it all, pick it up. Nope. Pick it up. Let's go. Getting so cold. We're almost there, though, because I believe this tunnel lets out directly into Broken Railroad. And once we're in Broken Railroad, the maintenance yard isn't far at all. And there's no other... Once we cross over the actual broken rail, I'm not gonna load up the travois again right now. I'm just gonna take my time. Once we actually cross over the broken rail itself that they added when they added the far territory, there aren't gonna be any obstacles for the travois. I'm gonna load it up. I'm gonna load it up. I think I'm confident about getting it to the maintenance yard. Unless it breaks prior to 0, and then I am not at all confident. Pretty confident it will break, if that's the case. Okay, let's keep going. We're cold, I want to move. We should only need to unload it one more time, unless there's another train car in here that I'm forgetting about. And there might be. But it looks like we might be in the clear. We're in the clear. Okay. We'll need to unload it one more time. Okay, and we have a blizzard, so we're probably not going to have wolves. I don't know all the regions where there can be timber wolves. If there can be timber wolves in this region, then we have a problem. But we'll find out in a minute. So we'll need to unload it one more time, and then we're all good. Then we're all good. Okay, we need to unload it right here, so we can actually cross through. Okay. I really doubt we have a deer hide. But I bet there's a deer carcass somewhere nearby. And there's usually deer nearby, so that won't be too big of a deal. I think we'll be okay. Alright. And now we're all good. I'm wrong. We can't deploy it here. How about here? Okay. Alright, let's go. 18%. I think that'll be fine. I hope it'll be fine, but I think it'll be fine too. Doesn't matter that it's a blizzard. This area is easy to navigate. We're just going to go past here. If it lets us. I guess we'll go around. Oh, I'm all jammed in. Let's just go around this way. And when we hit the next car, we'll make a left. And that'll be the end of it. Let me make sure that that's true. Yeah, totally. Okay. Probably racking up some hypothermia risk right now. But that's okay. I think we'll be just fine. The worst would be if we get to the maintenance yard and there's an aurora, because then it can be very dangerous in there. We could die real fast. Okay, so it should just be right on the left over here. Yep, that's the car, I think. Nope, it is not. The car is going to be right over here. And there's the power lines. Yep, we're good. We just turn left right here. Oh, come on, guys. We're right there. Okay. Come on, I know you can do it. Great job, Astrid. Show that travois what for. And now we just go down this slope. Maintenance yard is right in front of us. We're going to pass a little security booth. And we shouldn't have to deal with any wolves, because we weren't in this area when the blizzard started. We weren't this close to them anyway. And wolves and bears and stuff, they'll only be active if they're near you when the blizzard starts. Otherwise, they won't be present in a blizzard. Pretty nasty. Okay, let's hope we can get past this. Okay, nice. We're almost there. And it looks like our travois has made it. But I don't want to jinx that. Okay. 14%. Okay. Now that we're in here, we can just drop all the heavy stuff at the door. Worry about it later. Woof. Hopefully there's enough food to keep us going overnight. Let's drop the battery. And let's drop... Where's the salt? Okay. Why is the salt not showing up here? Okay, that's really weird. Let's drop the salt, and now we're all good. Let's not go over any wires in case it decides to be an aurora all of a sudden. Okay. We have another battery here. We really need to fix the travois if we want to haul that back home. And we do want to haul that back home. This little area is death if there's an aurora. A lot of live wires there. Here's our battery. Okay, we got a ton of fuses. We still need more wires, though. Is this... Yeah, that's done. I thought so. This is not done, but it's kind of useless. Let's eat this bear meat. Yeah, take it. Can't eat it from there, but you can eat it from your inventory. Oh, that was only 172. Oh, okay. I thought that was a big piece of bear meat. Well, we have pork and beans, and we have a potato. So I guess we'll figure it out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a little disappointing. I thought we had a big piece of bear meat. Okay. What's in this jerry can, by the way? We got 2.7. Okay. 2.07. Take up this potato. Pork and beans. I don't think there's any recipes for those. Okay, so we're pretty beat up. We're pretty exhausted. So I think we're going to eat this. And then we'll dump the can. I think technically we should drop our knife before doing this, because we're using a knife to open it, but... Let's see, let's actually test that. It's 92%. We can open this without a knife or can opener with no calorie loss because of our cooking level. But... yeah, you still use the knife by default. I think you could also use a hatchet, so really we should be dropping that. Okay, so we have enough food. Let's put this out. Let's wait a couple of hours so that we can be tired enough to sleep for 10 hours. And then we'll drink water and sleep for 10 hours. We'll heal a bunch. In the morning we'll hunt. Okay, water. That's what we need. Okay. And now we can sleep for 10 hours. Okay. Okay. So, our food situation is slightly desperate. We do need to hunt in order to... I mean, we could... We do have these, but that's really for an emergency. And we have this broth, but I really don't want to eat any of that stuff. So, we're okay. We have the tools to hunt. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to leave it here, and then next time, we're going to get straight into the hunt. We're just going to, you know, maybe spend 30 seconds managing the inventory, and then we're just going to go out here and try to get a deer because we want that hide and we want that meat. And then we'll spend a little time, a few days here while that deer hide cures. We'll go explore, maybe hunt some big game, and then we'll repair the travois. And once we do that, we will walk all the way to camp office, I think, and drop off everything except for a couple of batteries. We'll just take one battery, actually, and we'll go repair the radio transmitter in Forlorn Muskeg and then head to Bleak Inlet. We'll also, while we're at camp office, make more arrows in preparation of fighting the cougar, and we might make another bear coat or a wolf coat. Probably a wolf coat, because we don't really need the temperature as much now that we're back in Lower Great Bear. So the wolf coat will give us a little bit of mobility and still quite a good deal of warmth, but it'll weigh less, and that'll be important for us. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Please leave a like and a comment before you go. It helps grow the channel. If you're interested in seeing more stuff, either from this series or any of those other games I'm going to play, or any of the other stuff I have planned, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. Until next time, good luck out there, and strive to survive. Bye-bye.